In a quiet corner of the world, the tiny island nation of Iceland holds a tradition that's as unique as it is captivating. Every Christmas Eve, families gather around their hearths and gift each other books. Yes, you heard it right, books. And then they spend the rest of the evening curled up under a blanket, reading. They call this tradition Jólabókaflóð, or the Christmas Book Flood. This tradition not only fosters a love for literature, but also kindles the warmth of togetherness. Quite a way to celebrate, isn't it? Venturing to the land of the rising sun, Japan, a rather unique tradition awaits us. Here, a bucket of KFC is the Christmas meal of choice. Yes, you heard that right. A tradition started by a wildly successful marketing campaign in the 70s, feasting on Kentucky Fried Chicken has now become a staple of Japanese Christmas. Moving on to the snowy landscapes of Ukraine, we find a tradition that is both beautiful and symbolic. Ukrainians decorate their Christmas trees with artificial spiders and webs, inspired by an old folk tale about a poor widow who could not afford to decorate her tree. The spiders in her home spun beautiful webs all over it, turning it into a spectacle of beauty and wonder by Christmas morning. Now let's cross the Atlantic and visit the vibrant country of Venezuela. In the capital city of Caracas, streets are closed off on Christmas Eve to allow people to roller skate to early morning mass. It's a sight that's as charming as it is unique, a testament to the joy and spirit of the season. Heading north to Greenland, a place where Christmas traditions are as unique as the landscape itself. Here, a popular Christmas delicacy is kiviak, a dish made by fermenting whole small birds in the hollowed-out body of a seal. An acquired taste, certainly, but a cherished tradition nonetheless. And finally, we end our journey in the heart of Europe, Germany, where the tradition of decorating Christmas trees originated. But that's not all. Germany is also famous for its enchanting Christmas markets, a place where the aroma of mulled wine, the sound of Christmas carols, and the sight of beautifully crafted trinkets capture the essence of Christmas. From books to buckets of chicken, from spider webs to roller skates, from fermented birds to enchanting markets, the traditions of Christmas are as diverse as they are beautiful. Each one a unique expression of joy, love, togetherness, and giving. As we wrap up this journey, a question lingers in the air. What's your favorite Christmas tradition? Is it something unique to your culture or a cozy family tradition? Remember, Christmas is all about love, joy, giving, and togetherness. And every tradition that captures this spirit is a beautiful one.
All right, hey there, small town America. So it's Christmas time in Texas. And what better place to be than right here in Grapevine? It's the Christmas capital of Texas. So let's get in the truck and let's go take a look. Hey there, small town America. You know, we are here in Grapevine, the Christmas capital of Texas.
Yes, welcome.
How did that get there?
Yeah, well, it started dozens of years ago. The Main Street merchants were decorating for Christmas. Each year, they just started outdoing themselves every year. It grew, it snowballed, if you will, and we became the official Christmas capital of Texas. The Texas State Senate actually declared that.
Right, right. And so today, you're getting ready for your 35th. You've been doing this for 35 years?
Yeah, the Carol of Lights, the official kickoff to the Christmas capital of Texas. That has been happening 35 years. Yeah, we have the Parade of Lights as well, which has been going on 44 years. So it's been a long time, yeah.
Right, right. And so not only just being the Christmas capital of Texas, there's a lot of things going on here in Grapevine year-round.
Yes.
I mean, you were just telling me that y'all have an arrangement set up with DFW Airport. So if anybody that's traveling have a layover or whatever, they can shoot right over here to Main Street, right?
Yeah, so if you have a layover, there are a lot of international layovers. You know, sometimes they can take all day, sometimes they can take a whole day and night. So if they take Trinity Metro Tex Rail to Grapevine, it stops right at Grapevine Main Station, right at historic Main Street. You can jump off, walk around, you can enjoy our restaurants, our winery tasting rooms, you can do some more shopping here in Texas. You don't have to sit at the airport all day, which there's nice stuff at the airport as well, at DFW Airport. But you can walk around, you know, it'll feel like you get an extra vacation day out of it. We'll even check your luggage at the Visitor Information Center.
That's awesome. And so if you come in here to Grapevine, and especially if you're coming now, because this festival for Christmas runs how many days?
It's more than 40 days, more than 1,400 events. So yeah, the Gaylord Texan Resort, they already kicked things off with ice a few weekends ago. So they've been going. So yeah, it's November, December, and a little bit of January in there as well.
Right, and so if we're coming here to Grapevine, what are some of the main attractions that we have to see? I know you've got the Polar Express going on.
Yes, so we have the North Pole Express on the Grapevine Vintage Railroad. All of those are full, but we're so excited to see all the families that were able to snatch up tickets to that. We also have the Peace Plaza Ice Rink out on Peace Plaza. It's under our 60-foot Christmas tree. Millions of lights here on Main Street. Photo ops up and down historic Main Street. We have the Holly Jolly Bar at Hotel Vin. We've got Chicken and Pickle. Chicken and Pickle has their holiday hideaway pop-up bar. Say that 5 times fast.
Right.
And we have just lots of unique shopping. It's all locally owned on Main Street, so you'll visit locally owned shops, restaurants, winery tasting rooms. It's really unique.
Right, and I've noticed you've done something amazing right here at the Visitor Center. What's this little exhibit you have going on here?
Yeah, so this is Hometown Christmas. You get that vintage Christmas vibe. It's like the little, you know, the little figurines people have on their pianos, but it's blown up, life size. And you can come in here. There's so many photo ops. You can take family pictures for your Christmas cards, for your mantle. It's just $1 to get in and walk around. It's a great time.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so if people want more information about Grapevine and what to do here, where do they go to see you?
Yeah, so we have the Christmas Capital of Texas. We have 1,400 events in 40 days. You can go to christmascapitaloftexas.com. You can book your hotel. You can find the restaurants, all the photo ops, all the information for you. We also have Crate Fest, Main Street Fest. We've got stuff going on all year, as you said. And we have another website, grapevinetexasusa.com, where you can go year-round.
Right, and so what's the address if people want to come here to the Visitor Center?
The Visitor Information Center is 636 South Main Street. We also have one at Hotel Vin.
Right, and you just, everything's in walking distance, so you don't need to just park and come check it out.
Yeah, you park. We've got the information. Parkgv.com shows you all the maps when it's really busy, especially this time of year. So you'll find, we also have a shuttle, by the way, that goes around. We'll drop you off between places. So if you're coming here year-round, you really don't need a car. You just get here, and we'll take care of you.
We'll take care of you.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, you know our motto, get in the truck. All right, hey there, Small Town America. Guess what? Looky here where I'm with Mark Christopher Lawrence, co-star of Bringing Back Christmas, now streaming on all of the platforms. Brother, thank you for getting in the truck and coming out to Grapevine, Texas, the Christmas capital of Texas. What, is this your, you shot here, we shot here, but is this your first time actually to be in Texas during the holidays?
I think so, yeah. I don't think I've ever been here during the holidays.
Really? Man, you're in for a treat when we round out the street out here, because this is the Christmas capital of Texas. They do it right.
Okay.
What is a special tradition that you always try to do for Christmas?
Eat.
Oh, wait do you see? Wait do you see the food vendors they have here? There's a little bit of everything for everybody here. But hey, you just had Bringing Back Christmas.
Yes.
Coming out on all the streaming platforms. What was it like to actually work with that? I mean, we had Lee Allen Baker, Dean Cain. Man, we had a mess of stars on there, including yourself.
It was a lot of fun working. You know, Lee Allen Baker is amazing. She's so funny, and Dean is funny in it. And you know, the movie starts off with Dean and Lee Allen and me.
Right.
So it starts off fun. So you're gonna have a good time if you watch it.
Right, right. But also, and you're also doing a big comedy tour right now.
No,
you're not. I thought you were on a big tour.
No, I was at Comic-Con in Brownwood.
Brownwood, okay.
Yeah. And before that, I was on another project in Louisville.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess because you're always doing comedy, but
Right.
you're not. That's not your background. You've actually done theater and Broadway and that type of stuff.
I haven't done Broadway. I've done a lot of theater. I
Right.
started in theater and I started in stand-up. I started stand-up in 11th grade.
Right.
So, you know, my first play was in the 10th grade, and then my professional career started in theater. Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. Well, where can people go if they want to keep up with you, follow you, trend you, be your friend?
MarkChristopherLawrence.com. Scroll down to the bottom. All of my social media bugs are there.
All right. Well, our mission here is to protect our history, preserve our heritage, and this is the Christmas capital of Texas.
All right.
So we're going to go learn some history on Texas Christmas.
We're going to check it out.
Just days before Christmas. Daniel Reese was ready to celebrate the season like never before.
Sounds like I'm getting a promotion.
Until
You are amazing. We just don't have a job for you.
I'm getting fired. Kicked to the curb right before Christmas.
now,
You've been stalking me all afternoon.
I'm an angel. That's what we do.
in need of a little hope, he'll find heavenly help
If God really cared about me, he would take me out of this mess.
and ultimately see the world in a whole new light.
You're gonna come with me, and I'm gonna introduce you to people who've had some hard knocks too.
Just take the hand, Danny.
Not gonna bite you.
All right, hey Mark, you know when we did Bringing Back Christmas, we had the big Skydale City Festival that was going on. We pulled it off, not as fancy as these guys. These guys actually have like 10, 12 emergency ice trucks back here making snow for this festival.
They do it right. You know, they're not playing around out here. This is a big deal.
Right. You don't want to miss it. Get out here, Christmas capital of Texas. Hey, no snow in Texas, we'll make some. All right, hey there, small town America. You can tell we got, in Texas, we don't have snow, we make snow.
Exactly. We got snow hills back there for all the youth and children around. It starts at 4 p.m. today. We have 2 snow hills because, you know, in Texas, it's November. We're not gonna get that here.
Right.
We also have a snow maze for the children as well. We have activities all up and down Main Street. We have it closed off. It's been closed off since about 1 o'clock. And yeah.
How many people are you expected to come through?
Oh yeah, about 35,000 people this year, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Last year we had around 28,000. We're probably expecting 40 after that.
So here you are, Carol of Lights, part of the city of Grapevine. How does it feel to know that you are actually here at the Christmas capital of Texas. This is the only and best place to be in Texas.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So I've been with the city since 2021. This is my first time doing this, and we're just gonna have a blast. It's a free to the public event, so that just brings more and more people out, and we're just really trying to give back to the community.
Right. So what do we expect when the lights start? It starts going down tonight.
It's gonna be a big show. It's crazy. It's one of a kind.
All right, guys, you know our motto, get in the truck, get down here to the Christmas capital of Texas, Grapevine, Texas. All right, hey there, small town America. You know, Mark, we have a really special scene in Bringing Back Christmas there at the manger. And, you know, for your character, you were in searching. What was that scene like to actually be there and actually see that when it all came together?
Well, I mean, just watching the work of the craftsmen that worked on the film, you know, it was amazing to see that pulled together. It gives it a very authentic feel.
Right. And I mean, you had the animals. You'd been fighting the animals almost the whole time, but for that scene, it was peaceful and quiet.
Calm. They were nice and calm. But that mule, that day on the mule, now you know why they say stubborn as a...
All right, guys, get in the truck.
Mule.
Hey, get down here to Grapevine, check out all the sights. But the reason for the season is right here in the center of town. Stop by and see the nativity scene.
Come, they told me, pa-ra-pa-pum-pum.
All right, hey there, small town America. You know, one of the great things about coming to these towns and coming to these festivals is meeting the people and places that make this thing great. And you are...
I'm Katie Lemieux. I own Talking Animals books right here in Grapevine, the Christmas capital of Texas.
Right, and you got these gingerbread dancers going on. You got all of these kids down here doing... How exciting is it to be the Christmas capital of Texas and then to see this community come alive?
It's amazing because this is our first year here. We just opened in February, so Parks and Rec asked us to partner with them to make something for the kids that we could do. So we're doing story times, we're doing Christmas cards, just something to kind of bring people over and see that, like, there's a bookstore here, there's stories, there's all kinds of fun stuff that we offer. So that's kind of fun.
Well, and here's the thing is, though, is what was the inspiration and passion about bringing books? Because everything's kind of gone to the technical world.
So we cannot obviously compete with Amazon as far as convenience goes, but I happen to believe that people, especially post-pandemic, want like an in-person experience. And we also talk about the third space, not home, not work, but somewhere for people to gather. And books are stories, and everybody's got a story, so we figured
Right, well, and that is, and as our job is preserving our heritage. Our heritage is made up of three elements. It's the fabric, the stories, and the culture. And so it's great to see that you still have that, because I just learned personally that for Christmas in Iceland, they have the Great Book Exchange.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And it is everyone on I believe it's Christmas Eve. They exchange books as their gift, and everyone just spends the night in warm light, drinking cocoa, and just being cozy. So that's our jam.
Awesome. So, if people want to reach out and get a hold of you, or what's the address to the store, or do you do online stuff?
Everything. We're online, talkinganimals.com. We're here on 103 West Worth Street. We're right adjacent to Main, and we offer events, visiting authors, story time, books for all ages too, not just kids.
All right, you know our motto, get in the truck, get down here, you're gonna love it. All right, hey there, small town America. You know, one of our missions here is to protect our history and preserve our heritage. And anytime that you come down here to these historic towns, we have to find somebody that knows the tale of the town. And I heard that this is the place we need to be. So let's go in here and take a look. I think Mark's already made it in there before me.
All right, so I'm here with Debbie, and yeah, I'm just in this small town. I love small towns because people are so nice.
Yes, they are.
And we saw your shop, and we decided we'd come in, take a look, see what you got. And already things have caught my eye. So I'm thinking this might be the spot to get the Christmas presents out of the way.
It sure could. We're right here at Bermuda Gold and Silver. We're at 404 South Main Street, right here in the heart of the historic district of beautiful downtown historic Grapevine, Texas.
Now, how long have you been in this building?
We have been here since the early 1990s. We came in here and rented this space. It came up for lease, and we've renovated it, and we celebrate our history every day. And so in 1998, my husband and I were able to buy this building, and so we have a really big story, but the main thing we're talking about right now is that we've got a whole lot of jewelry. Bermuda Gold and Silver started 40 years ago, actually at Will Hoyt's, which is just down at the other end of the block, right down here. We rented a little space there. And in the early 1990s, Phil Parker says, we're not going to lease to you guys anymore. There's another spot for lease down at the other end of the block. So we came down here, and we've expanded. We do custom jewelry. We do watch repair, clock repair, jewelry repair. We sell what I call fine and fun jewelry. So I try to hit price points for everybody.
Right.
We have a lot of tourists that come up and down the street here from the Gaylord. Mainly they send them by the droves. They come. People from around the world come to Grapevine because you know we got that big airport right in our back door right here.
Yes,
okay?
yes ma'am.
So they lined at DFW Airport. We got a shuttle to bring them in. We got a place to store your luggage. So you can store your luggage down at Harvest Hall and come down on Main Street and shop and have a wonderful time here in Grapevine.
So fine jewelry and fun jewelry, and clearly with my budget, fun is going to be the way to go for Christmas.
Hey, and fun's always a whole lot of fun because I have really nice pieces that look like the name brands at a fraction of the cost. So I have seen girls come in here, and I actually took out one of the glass cases right here. So when you're checking out right here, I have them shopping over here as well, getting some little add-ons because we try to keep our prices really good. A lot of times people are taken back when they come in the door. They're like, oh, and I'm like, we only look expensive.
Right.
Because we're gonna meet you wherever your budget is and my goal is to make everyone look really good.
And really that's what Christmas is all about, looking good.
Yes, it is. We want to all look good, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
And you know what? One way you look really good is when you pick something out, and we try to work with our guys to try to develop, you know, what is her taste? What would she really love? And so you guys look like heroes when you come in with something really, you know, really spectacular, and they're like, well, how did you figure that out? You know. But we did. We're looking, my goal, like I said, is to make everyone look really good at whatever the budget is. Sounds good.
Tell me a little bit about the history of the town.
Okay. Like, how much time do you have? I could go on for hours, guys. I'm kind of considered the local historian here in Grapevine. And so let's start when Sam Houston signed the treaty with the Indians in 1843. Just down the street from us, we have the Indian statues at Dallas in Maine. So the treaty, it's called the Peace Treaty, was signed for peace, commerce, and friendship. And so the 10 Indian tribes come to this general area, sign the treaty, and in 1844, the settlers started coming. My family came to Texas Christmas Eve, 1845. Crossed the Red River into Texas on Christmas Eve. And they settled in the Carrollton Farmers Branch area. The Torian cabin up the street, if you go north here, you'll see the Torian cabin. It was built in 1845.
Okay.
So February 1846, my great-great-great-granddad, the one who came to Texas in 1845, held the first service of the Lonesome Dove Baptist Church, still going on today, in that cabin up the street. And I'm one of the keepers of the cabin. Yes, you'll have to make your way by there.
Not only a historian, but part of the history.
Yes. I did not know that until about 10 years ago or so. My parents died when I was very young, and my family did not embrace history, but I always did. So on Ancestry.com, we found out that information. I'm a 6th generation Texan. So when I found that out, I went to visit our current mayor, William D. Tate, and I told him about this story, and he says, Debbie, you look like you're the orphan who has found her family. And indeed, I found my family right here in Grapevine.
Wow.
So the story goes on and on about Grapevine. At first, it was 2 words, grapevine. Now the Dunn, Suggs, and Leonard family wanted Dunville, Suggsville, Leonardville, but the postmaster said, it shall be Grapevine. And so it was 2 words. And eventually, in about early 1900s, it became one word. Okay, so you'll see that a lot. And the building here, the business and the building, we remember the Grapevine Home Bank, which is the name of this bank. You'll see a lot of banks up and down Main Street. This bank was started in the early 1890s and moved to this location in 1900. So the big story that we talk about a lot, it has to do with the robbery of this bank by 2 young members that ran with Bonnie and Clyde. Yes. Now the Gaylord shuttle driver tells it this way. He says, Bonnie and Clyde robbed that bank and you can still see the bullet holes. Now it's not true. It's really not. But it does get a lot of people in here asking about that. So what they did was they came here, they robbed the bank, they got $2,850. I have an article from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, an actual article, 12 original pages that talks about the information I'm about to tell you here. We found it on eBay for like $14 or so a few years back. And so we know the blow-by-blow of everything that happened there. We knew we were a bank, we knew we were robbed, but here's all the details. The 2 guys robbed the bank and they divide the money in half. And one of them goes over to Euless with the getaway car. So our current mayor's dad, Gordon Tate, and 2 other guys got a gun off of Main Street, and it's on display in City Hall up the street from us here. And they went and they trapped that one robber the first day. So they got half the money in the robber and the getaway car, one of them. The other one goes out on what we call the Grapevine Prairie. It's actually DFW Airport today. He knocks on a dairy farmer's door and says he's with the posse and he needs a ride. And on the way to Dallas, he tells the farmer, he says, I have 58 shells in my pocket and I intend to use them before they get me. And so he admitted to the farmer
that he was a robber.
That he was a robber. So the farmer...
criminals aren't necessarily smart.
No, they're not. And so he gives the farmer $5 and he says, I'm sorry that I scared your wife so bad. When the knock came on the door, his wife, the farmer's wife, was very scared because they'd heard something on the radio, not sure what's going on. So a week later, that first one I told you about in Euless that was trapped and brought in, he told the police where Bonnie and Clyde were. They were on Winnetka Street in Fort Worth. So a week after this robbery, Malcolm Davis and 2 other deputy sheriffs go over there and they're going to get Bonnie and Clyde. Clyde actually killed Malcolm Davis that day, and he's buried around the corner from us here at the Grapevine Cemetery. So if you fast forward about a year and 3 months, have you seen the movie The Highwayman?
Yes.
Okay, that happened out here on Dove. Highway 114, exit Dove and go north. There's a big granite memorial where Officer Wheeler and Officer Murphy lost their lives. They were Grapevine motorcycle police officers on Easter Sunday coming home to Grapevine for lunch, and they saw an abandoned car and stopped to render aid, and it was Bonnie and Clyde.
Wow.
So according to Mayor William D. Tate, he said, Debbie, out here on Dove, that was the end of Bonnie and Clyde, because our governor, all of law enforcement, everything came down on them and said, this is it. We're going to get them. And about 5 weeks later, down in Louisiana, on a little 2-lane road, that's where they loaded up the car. Mr. Morrow owned this building, and it would be that happened in April, the shooting of the police officers, April 1st, 1933. In 1934, our President, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, leveled regulations on banking. And so Mr. Morrow, who built this building on the bank, he said, no one in Washington would tell me how to run the bank. And so he shut, back then, I guess, you could just, each bank was kind of on its own integrity of what they were going to do. So he shut the bank down, and he gave back all the money. And the story, it could be folklore, but the story says he went down Main Street with a whole lot of money, and he gave it, he had a lot of money, gave it away. He just gave it away.
Wow.
Many things have been in here since then. It's been a beauty shop. It was a glass company before we came in here. They had just gone out of business. Some think it was the soda fountain, but actually the soda fountain was next door. You'll see City Drug out there. And so we've been here since the early 1990s.
Well, it's a lovely shop, and it's had a lot of lovely things, and we probably should get some footage of this beautiful jewelry here. Now, do you make the jewelry here, or is it all manufactured?
We have a custom designer that will do a custom piece. Like, say you have your grandma's diamond or your mom's stones you've been given and gold, and you want to create a very special piece of jewelry, we can do that. But most of what we have here is jewelry that's been manufactured, and you know, we just try to get something for everyone.
Right.
We try very hard to meet all the different markets.
There you go. In a nutshell, you've had the history of Grapevine right here in the capital of Christmas.
Here we are right here in Grapevine, Texas at the Carol of Lights. Looks like we have some of our drill team girls over here from probably Grapevine High School. They're with the gingerbread men. We're going to cross the street here. The building across the street, there are 5 generations of the Wood family that have worked in this building, and they currently own it. It was a Goodyear store, you know, it was auto repair. It's been a number of things, but right now it's an antique mall, and it's they sell a lot of really good, you know, Texas memorabilia, souvenirs, and lots of stuff. Sometimes I feel like here in Grapevine that I'm in a Hallmark movie. You know, I really do. One year I was on top of Messina Hoff on the balcony looking down on all this, and it just felt so good. It just, I just really felt like we were. This is the center of town. In the 1980s, the gazebo was built by a grassroots effort of Grapevine people who came out on a long weekend, and we built the gazebo. That was when Grapevine wasn't as prosperous as we are today, but it has stood the test of time.
Smoking Joe's pepper sauce.
Look here at this.
Nice gazebo.
Yeah. We think that the people, the stained glass people that were at the jewelry store before us, we think that they may have done the stained glass on the top. It's the same name. We will have thousands upon thousands of people throughout the Christmas season. They come here to Grapevine to experience just what you guys are remembering in your movie.
Right.
They come here to share what we have going on here. So it's real exciting. It's unbelievable, actually.
Awesome.
Showing It's a Wonderful Life. Yes, and look, Home Alone is already sold out, and we got Miracle on 34th Street. But this has been completely restored, and it's a very nice facility that we, use as part of our history and our historical experience. This building here is a reminiscent of the Wallace Hotel. It's made exactly as the Wallace Hotel was in the day. It was at the other end of the street. Counted the number of bricks on the picture and reproduced this.
Wow.
And this would be our Convention and Visitor Bureau headquarters. It was never ever big enough when it was built. We had this and about 4 or 5 off-site facilities. This building is not big enough to house what we're doing.
Right.
And you'll see the doors are really small. It's to scale every bit of it.
Oh, wow.
So it's now Messina Hoff Winery. If you're familiar with Texas wines, they're down in College Station, is at Fredericksburg, and in Grapevine.
Okay.
Okay, this is some of our public art, and our public art in Grapevine is funded through cell phone tower usage. In the 1980s, you'll see this the water tower behind us here. When the cell phones were coming to town in the 80s, it wasn't a big deal, but the city of Grapevine is so strategic in the planning. They said the proceeds from the cell phone towers would go for public art. And so it funds and help fund the Indian statues, the night watchman. We've got Mayor B.R. Wall over there, the sidewalk judge, and we've got a number of statues that didn't cost the residents any money.
Now, are these local artists that are doing these projects? Or?
Some of them were. They lived here. And, we use local artists, but we try to get the ones that can really duplicate it, and these guys nailed it. They were local guys.
Awesome.
Right, and this guy, how did he get his name and what's his job?
He's called the Sidewalk Judge, and he's reminiscent of all these people, men who would sit on Main Street years ago, watch the women and everybody go by, and they would talk about them, and kind of take a little break and kind of, look at the people walking up and down the street.
It's fascinating. grandmother's house until 1975 was pretty much one big room, and then a kitchen, and 2 little side rooms. That was it. And then in 1974, my grandfather built my grandmother a brand new house.
Wow.
This
is that the one in
Folsom, Louisiana?
Oh, in Louisiana. Okay.
Well, you know, Mark, you know, part of our bringing back Christmas was that reflecting back, you know, going to the point of somebody has it harder than I have. You know, we're going into a season now as we're walking up and down Main Street, and you're seeing the toy lands, and you're seeing all of this wonders.
But it wasn't always.
It wasn't always like that. This is the way you lived. This was Christmas.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
This was it.
You know, I think we've gotten so far away from what Christmas is really about that it's become so commercial that people forget that it's about loving each other. It's about loving other people. It's about sharing your grace and God's grace and love and showering it on other people. And I think one thing about Christmas, bringing back Christmas, one thing about the film is that it recaptures those family values.
It does.
It helps us rethink how we do things. And that Christmas is not just about commercialism.
Exactly. I think some of the best Christmases I've had is when we've tried to find a family or someone that's hit some hard times, much like your movie.
Yes.
And to go and to reach out to them and say, how can we help? What are the needs of the family, and how can we do that? And I think as we give back and we share what we've been given, to whom much is given, much is required.
Amen.
And so when we share that with others who aren't doing as well and they need a hand, they need some help. And Here we are at the Torian Cabin across the street from City Hall in beautiful historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. We're inside this cabin built in 1845, and the whole story of this cabin is that a little baby girl was born here on Christmas Eve in the early 1900s. We've done all we can do to preserve this. This is the oldest home in Tarrant County built in 1845, the Torian Cabin. When this all goes on 7:30 and 8:30.
All right, hey, so Debbie, tell me who your friend is here down on Grapevine and what y'all put together here.
This is my friend Fabian, and he's the owner of the Main Street Bread Company. We've been longtime friends on Main Street, and he has an awesome restaurant. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we've been here for about for 23 years now. We opened in 2000. So we do like our own bread, desserts, and we got a craft cocktail on the other side too as well. You can see all that. Pastries, croissant, Danish, and then everything is made with all the good coffees and everything like that. So yeah, we put the love in there, you know.
Yes. Oh yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
Right, I saw him passing out blankets outside. I mean, the customer service, we don't see that anymore.
And he's the owner doing that.
You're the owner coming out here and taking care of your customers.
Oh, we have to. That's what Gravevine's all about, you know. That's what small town's all about, right?
Yes, it is.
Be the best.
Sweet. And so, do you have a website? Can you order stuff online?
Info at themainbakery.com or themainbakery.com, or we get Chez Fabien next door. So and then after down the street you get Piaf Kitchen. So it's more Mediterranean, coastal restaurant over there. So it's good.
They usually win first or second in the decorations, because at night this is beautiful.
Oh, I bet it is.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go inside here. This is Holy Grounds, and it was a bank in the day. So you'll see the bank where they store their coffee, the vault in the back. So let's see if the owner knows. Yes, it is. Oh, really, really good coffee. Well, they have a little taste test over here. Oh my God.
Dennis, look at this.
Smells delicious. How are you? Good. How are you? I've got some friends with me.
Hi. Christopher Lawrence, Kelly Lancaster. Nice to meet you. Okay, so we sell coffee by the pound. We have, this year being the Christmas capital of Texas, we are loaded down with any kind of Christmas ornament, decoration, nativities galore. And we have Bibles, we have books, we take care of kids. You know, we've got a great kids section, lots of stuffed animals, lots of things to choose from. Would love for you to come see us.
Right, and do you have a website or anything that people can check you out on?
holygroundshop.com. That's it.
And this is what was the safe, and now they store coffee in here, right?
Yes, yes. This was the Farmers Bank of Grapevine.
So, I mean, you're part of the Historical Society here. How important to the city of Grapevine, we were just down at the other buildings, and we saw that you're preserving it, whether it's a bar, whether it's a coffee shop, whether it's a bakery, here you are changing this. How important is it to the history and the heritage of Grapevine to keep that up and going?
It is imperative that we preserve our history, because once you tear it down or you do whatever, you can never bring back that authenticity that we have when we preserve our history. As building owners and business owners, we spend a lot of money. The City of Grapevine, our Convention Visitors Bureau, we spend a whole lot of money preserving everything and to keeping it like it is, so that when you come to Grapevine, you have that experience of stepping back in time of how it was in the day. But I can't stress how important it is. It is way beyond that. And you know, it takes a certain group of people to do this. You kind of have to have it in your DNA to do this. It's not something that you just jump out and say, "Hey, I think I'm going to do it." You have to make it a priority, and our City of Grapevine leadership, our mayor, city council, Convention and Visitors Bureau has done that. We've made it a huge priority to preserve our history.
Right. Well, and I've also noticed when we go to these small towns and we start looking at the historical and the heritage in there, I found that towns that have a committee, I mean, because we have to improve. We have to hit electrical codes, and we have to modify and do some things. But when we make those changes, if we can do it, that also doesn't hinder that structure, that architecture, or something I found that towns that have a committee has a much better.
I can tell you where that all started. The Grapevine Historical Society started in 1972 when they were going to tear down our depot down by the railroad tracks. And the ladies from the Garden Club started in 1932, got together, and they got with our current mayor. At that time, he was a very young man, and they formed the committee. They formed the Grapevine Historical Society, and they raised enough money to save the depot. It's on display today. And so that's where historic preservation began in Grapevine. And these people are still a part of the organization, of the ones that are still alive. I'm a member of that organization as well. And we have a museum where we've given our artifacts. It's a beautiful museum that helps document the history of Grapevine.
Right, and you make a mean cup of coffee.
Don't mind me.
Well, we have been like
All right, hey there, small town America. You know, one of our things we always talk about is passing our knowledge and wisdom down to the next generation. And man, I am down here with Braden. Braden, what do you got going here?
I have a marshmallow company and it's been going pretty good. But I just found out that not many marshmallow companies have flavored marshmallows. So I started making some and came out with a pretty good success, and it's pretty good. I just like selling marshmallows.
Right. Well, first of all, what's the name of the company?
Toasted and Roasted Marshmallow Co., sir.
Toasted and Roasted Marshmallow Cone? Company. Okay. And so do you have a website? And
yes, sir.
Okay, what's the website?
tnrmarshmallows.com, and all the letters are lowercase.
All lowercase letters? Okay, so what's the flavors? What's the top seller? Let's start with the top seller first.
Oh, this is hard.
Yeah?
So
that's how good they are. Everything's a top seller, huh? Okay.
So, our top seller is our birthday cake. It's just a regular marshmallow with sprinkles on top.
Right. What made you want to do this?
So, I was researching about marshmallows, and right when I ate a marshmallow, I was like, dang, this is great. So, I researched marshmallow companies, and there was only 2 flavored marshmallow companies that actually had a good working website and that I liked.
Right.
And one was in Australia, and one was in New York and New Jersey.
Right.
So, I was like, marshmallows are good, and I know they're really good. So why not just bring it to Texas? Because they are really good.
What sets you apart? Because I'm a s'more type of guy. I'm a guy that likes to roast my marshmallow, throw a little chocolate on there, put that graham cracker. That's what I'm used to. What makes yours stand out above everybody else's?
So we are going to do s'mores, but we can make marshmallows, and you can put them in s'mores.
Right.
But the best part is that you can make multiple and cut them in half, and put them in one. It just stands out.
What about? So I like to put mine in hot cocoa and stuff. It's the Christmas time of year. Yeah. So do you have one of yours toasted that's got that little hot chocolate tint to it?
Well, it's kind of our peppermint, but we don't really have a hot cocoa yet. But our closest thing is mint chocolate chip, which has chocolates that resemble hot cocoa.
Right.
But our marshmallows are great and
okay. You'll take suggestions. So if they go to your website, you'll take a suggestion on new flavors, right? All right, guys, go to his website. What's your website again?
tnrmarshmallows.com, and all the letters are lowercase.
Sweet. All right, go on over there. You know our motto: get in the truck, put a suggestion in their little suggestion box on the type of marshmallows you want him to create.
Have a good day, guys.
All right. Hey there, small town America. You know, when we get out here doing the Carol of Lights and celebrating Christmas, and it is that season of celebration and joy, and y'all have a great story. Not only are we here with Debbie, who's been fabulous taking us around town, but she said y'all come all the way from California just to shop here. But y'all have a great story. Can you tell us a little bit about this Christmas miracle and what it means to be in here?
Well, I needed a kidney transplant, and so we had applied at UT Southwest for 2 reasons. Well, mainly because the wait time was shorter and they would accept me. And with my church prayed on August 30th, and then on September 30th I got the call that UT had a kidney for me. And it was a good match, and it was a young, healthy kidney. And so we're just extremely grateful. And we've done shopping in the store, and we've talked to Marla, and just the wonderful people here.
Right.
So we just came by to wish them a Merry Christmas.
So how long ago was the transplant?
8 weeks ago.
8 weeks ago. So this is a very special time of Christmas to come out in celebration.
And
that is amazing.
They released me today, so we'll be going home tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah. So you get to kick off right here at the Christmas capital of Texas.
Come down here and say hi. Want to miss this.
That is amazing. Yeah. Thank you, and blessings, man. God is great.
God is great. Yeah, His hand has been all on this journey, and we've just met beautiful people all along the way.
Right.
So I'm really grateful.
All the way from California.
All the way from California.
All right, guys. Yeah. Here in Texas, you know our motto: get in the truck. right, guys. Hey, we're in Grapevine for the Christmas capital of Texas, the big tree lighting kickoff ceremony.
And it was fantastic!
All right, guys, you know our motto, get in the truck, come and see us.
Let's do it.
All right, hey there, small town America. So here we were, Christmas capital of Texas. Debbie gave us the sights, gave us the history. Mark, I can't thank you enough for getting in the truck with us and coming and being a part of this.
Well, I appreciate you letting me in the truck and taking the truck to take me where I need to go. This is fantastic. I mean, it's a wonderful time, you know, with this small town vibe, but big-hearted people. You know, this is what Christmas is all about.
Right. And so now, bringing back Christmas. You know, we went through all of that. July 100-degree heat. We're still here in Texas now, getting ready for Christmas. We're still hot,
yeah,
running around. But man, it's so great. Just not only being here, it's just seeing the season, seeing the smiles, just seeing the kids dancing in the street.
Oh, absolutely.
Just seeing the lights and it's just amazing to see communities getting back together. I mean, there's hundreds and thousands of people here.
Yeah,
just loving and having fun
and having a great time. You know what I mean? And I think that's people have lost track of the reason why, and you know, this gives people an opportunity to connect with their families and really, you know, like right now they're playing gospel music in the background. You know, Jesus is the reason for the season.
There you go. Get in the truck, small town America. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.